Hello everyone, my name is LYFT and I'm here to give you some tips about driving for Uber and Lyft. One of the biggest advantages of driving for these companies is the fact that you are an independent contractor. In essence, you choose your own hours, you have your own schedule, and you can drive anywhere you want within the region you signed up to become a driver for. So essentially turning a vehicle into a money-making machine. Of course, on the downside, when you have a lot of drivers and and more join every day, which hopefully this video will bring some more drivers as well as more passengers, this creates a situation where the fares goes down and there's competition, but at the same time, when there's more passengers, there's more opportunity for surge pricing, and there's hourly guarantees and other bonus programs and incentives that could boost your income, and tips on the app, which is a nice feature that Lyft has. So overall, it balanced out, and there are people that are making at least $1,000 a week. I have to admit, I'm not there. I'm far away from that figure. I find myself do it more part-time than full-time, but I know it's possible. I mean, it's doable if you do the right thing and you drive to the right places in the right time. You can make that. So I encourage everybody to try, and even if you have a job, it's a nice supplemental income. I do not encourage anybody to quit their job, especially if it's a job with benefits, which unfortunately Lyft and Uber does not provide. There's no healthcare benefits and such when you work for them. In fact, we not even consider their employees, as I suggested earlier. Some of the differences between them: Uber has the biggest advantage of having many passengers, way more than Lyft. Uber is a global company, worldwide, worth tens of billions of dollars. Lyft, on the other hand, is mostly in the USA. Passengers says different things. I mean, many of them thinks that Lyft is cheaper, especially students. But again, that is changing from place to place, from time to time. Uber does have a tendency to surge more, but at nighttime around 2 a.m. in areas that have the clubs, I'm in the Philly area, but that's probably true to every location in the USA, including a small college town. It's likely to surge, whether it's Uber or Lyft or whatever they call that. It will surge. I mean, I've seen Lyft go as high as 350%. I've seen Uber goes times 4 or more, especially on the 4th of July. But I mean, New Year's Day. But it happens, and passengers who want to catch a ride from a place like that should know that the price will go higher. Although it could drop within minutes, so it's definitely worth trying again. And I don't take Lyft and Uber a lot as a passenger, but I kind of have an idea of how it works. Lyft has a big advantage over Uber because they have a thing called Power Driver bonus. If you drive, right now it's 65 rides a week, from which a certain number have to be picked, I believe 20 rides. Then you get the full 20% fee that Lyft takes, and Uber takes too, by the way, back. Uber does not have such a program. Lyft have hourly guarantees on a daily basis. Some of them go as high as $35 an hour. Uber rarely have them, and the conditions to get that bonus from Uber is much harder than from Lyft. With Lyft, you only need to provide one ride an hour, so long as the ride request came in within that hour. It doesn't matter how long the ride and when it ends. And you only allow 10-minute break, and you'll get that amount of bonus that ranges usually between $16 on the low end and $35 on the high end. Weekends, late at night, and holidays is when you're gonna see the $35 or $30 figure probably. I'll give you an example. Last night, Friday night, I because of the taxes, I barely got to work lately. It's right now it's April 16, 2016. So I I barely worked for hours, but I wanted to stay in the area where I'm at, the suburbs, Northeast Philly, that area in Montgomery, Bucks County. And so I luckily I ended up staying local. All the rides were local. Within 5 hours, I took a full advantage of the hourly guarantee program, and I got a lot of rides and nice tips on the app. And with everything, it definitely boosted the income, the bonus, and the tips. So it's definitely an advantage that Lyft has over Uber. It used to be that if you Uber X driver, you couldn't pick up passengers from the Philly International Airport. Now you can. It's a new change. Both companies have recently introduced Lyft as recent as this past Wednesday, their ride share program, Uber Pool and Lyft Line. So I noticed a lot of people took advantage of that with Lyft yesterday, even in the suburbs of Northeast Philly, which is interesting because with Uber it's only available in the in center city. Lyft has a cool feature that I used yesterday for the first time, but I kind of signed off because I got hungry and and I was near my house anyway. But it's when you want to go home, or when you got when you want to go from where you live, which could be far from the city center, you can just put a destination, and you're gonna get only a ride request from people who are going that route. Okay, which is nice to start your day or to end your day. It doesn't count towards any bonus, but hey, at least it's money in your pocket, and you're not just driving without a passenger a long distance. So definitely something that I'm excited about. It's a wonderful feature. So it's getting better. I have very serious criticism about the rating system. I think it's very unfair for many reasons. It doesn't really reflect what the majority of passengers thinks. It seems to give more power to the few passengers, and then about a third of them do not rate at all. And these are likely to be 5 stars passengers. So it's real, and they give you amazing verbal compliments, and the passengers love you, and the ride is amazing, and the best Uber or Lyft ride I've ever had, and whatnot. But unfortunately, with regard to the rating, in my case, mine is between 4.7 and 4.8, and a lot of my passengers were sure I'm 5.0. Now it's not like that. So definitely, and their deactivation rating is really high relatively to other industries, like a hotel, for example. 4-star hotel is a really good hotel, but with Uber and Lyft, 4.0, even higher than that, will get you kicked out. With Uber, there's a way to get back if you go to a special course and pay a fee. With Lyft, there is no path back. It's something they need to reform, in my opinion, to improve. And I sent them some good suggestions about how to do so. So hopefully somebody there will listen. I sent them a lot of amazing suggestions and ideas. I saw that some of them implemented. I don't think it's because of me, but it's good to see that with time things are changing, usually for the better. So that's it. There's a lot of things I can tell you about Lyft and Uber. I have a wealth of knowledge. I'm not an expert. I'm sure there are things that some people know better than me. With regard to tax, I can tell you that Lyft is also better than Uber. Uber will only list the miles you drove with a passenger in the car. Lyft would also list the miles you drove to pick up the passenger. Sometimes you drive 20 minutes to pick up someone, and the ride itself is only 5 minutes. So when only 5 minutes are reported for tax deduction, that's kind of unfair. So again, that's another point of advantage to Lyft. But still, Uber is the big company and the big money, and you can make big money with Lyft as well. Actually, I met somebody who said he quit Uber and does only Lyft and makes a little bit less, but he's happy that way. He said he makes at least $1,000 a week, and he lives in the Philly area, actually, not far from me. So that's it for now. So much to say. I recommend signing up and becoming a driver with both of these companies and taking full advantage of all the benefits they provide, and trying them as passengers as well. You know, if you're stuck without a car, your car's in the shop, you need a ride to or from the airport, you travel somewhere in the US with Lyft and Uber, or around the world with Uber only, and you're too drunk to drive. There's so many. When you need to ride to work, to school, to the club, there's so many reasons why somebody will use Lyft or Uber as a passenger, underneath this video I have links for free rides with Lyft and Uber, as well as for a bonus amount. If you want to become a driver, click on the links. And with Uber right now in the Philly area, you get, I believe, $300 bonus as a driver after you meet the requirements. And with Lyft, it's now as high as $500. It used to be like that when I became a driver back in June of 2015. I started Uber on May 12, 2015. So now Lyft is offering $500 in the Philly area. So the amount changes from place to place, from time to time. But no matter what, you're going to get the same amount, less or more than this. So sign up today to become a driver. Try it yourself. You won't know until you actually try it. That's it for now. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.